Well, simple answer is they didn't meet the criteria established by CNN. Unlike previous years, when debates were handled by the Commission on Presidential Debates, this year networks are planning themselves. For CNN's debate, they required the candidates to be constitutionally eligible. Those requirements are up there on your screen. We've seen them before. Natural-born citizen, at least 35 years old, and have lived here for 14 years. All major candidates meet that criteria, but they also require all participating debaters appear on, quote, a sufficient number of state ballots to reach the 270 electoral vote threshold to win the presidency and receive at least 15% in 4 separate national polls of registered or likely voters that meet CNN's standards for reporting. Independent candidate Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is the closest to reaching those marks. He placed at least 15% in 3 polls. Recently, he's been polling around 9%, according to the group 538. And CNN says he isn't on enough ballots. That's something his campaign disagrees with. Now, other candidates who didn't qualify for the debate include the Green Party candidate Jill Stein and independent Cornel West. If you have a good question, just email us. Good question at WKYT.com. I'll see you on WKYT Mornings.